Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 12 such specimens to examine. 12 trading card autograph request return specimens to examine. Plus we got a couple little bonus specimens to examine. We'll be examining all of these specimens in minute detail. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, get ready to enjoy the fun presented to you from the worldwide YouTube video airfill. Well, we got us a happy Friday, a TTM Friday. How about that? A TTM Friday. Hopefully you're about ready to get a 48-hour furlough from your crazy work existence. Your superiors may grant you the weekend off. How about that? You'd be able to try to live a little bit of your life. But hey, we're going to get started on this fantastic Friday morning. As we get close to that weekend with some TTMs, we got some more comics, we got some other stuff. Like I said, a couple little bonus returns to look at. Going to be another long video. So if you don't like videos more than 7 minutes, we'll see you later. Otherwise, pop another Ativan, get your Diet Coke ready, and get ready for a long video. Alright, let us get started. I can't wait to dig into these TTMs. The first one right here, right out of the back, coming to us from Los Angeles, California. We got the name right there, no mystery. Louise Post from Los Angeles. Y'all remember Louise Post? Founding member of Veruca Salt. Remember that band from the 90s? Let's see if she signed our card. I would imagine she would if she put her fancy address label on there and all that. Let's see if we got our custom art card signed by Louise Post. Oh, yeah, check that out. She put a little thank you posted on there. And you see the signature right up in that corner with a silver Sharpie. Look at that fancy signature. All kinds of big circles and wavy lines. And a thank you for that little post-it note on the card. That is fantastic. Louise Post of Veruca Salt. Look at that. I really like that. Outstanding. Well, Miss Post is now 56 years old. Can you believe that? Look at her there back in the heyday. She's now 56 years old. Like I said, best known founding member of the alternative rock band Veruca Salt. Formed in 1992, the band gained popularity with their debut album, American Thighs, in 1994, featuring that hit single Seether. You remember that. Post's powerful vocals and dynamic guitar work were central to the band's sound. Now, after she had a dispute with the band's co-founder, Nina Gordon, Nina left Veruca Salt in 98. Post continued as the band's leader. Eventually, in 2013, Post and Gordon reconciled. Probably the most interesting thing about Louise Post, she dated Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl. But after a messy breakup, she took to the stage drunk in Australia in 1997 and went on a little bit of a tirade to the crowd about how Dave Grohl had cheated on her with Winona Ryder. So Louise Post, she had a little drunken outburst there over Dave Grohl and Winona Ryder, but hey, great vocalist and guitar player, Veruca Salt founder. Thank you so much, Miss Louise Post. Really appreciate you signing that custom art card. That is a great way to get started on a TTM Friday as you wait for your 48-hour furlough from laboring for your superiors. All right, TTM number 2. Well, this one here's coming to us all the way from the San Francisco Bay, San Francisco, California. What do we got coming to us from Frisco? Let's take a look and see. Let's bust open this envelope. Oh, we got us a vintage top card signed by old Mike Lum. Look at that beautiful signature. Mike Lum, how about that on that 1973 Topps? Look at that sweet old card. A little bit off center, but that's all right. Mike is a Texas rancher in the off season. How about that? Despite being born in Honolulu, Mike Lum, 78 years old. That signature still looks great. 15 years in the big leagues, 12 with Atlanta, 3 with Cincinnati. One of the best pinch hitters of all time. Only one of 19 players with at least 100 career pinch hits. For his career, he hit .247 with 90 home runs. Was a member of the 1976 World Series champion Cincinnati Reds, although he did not appear in any of the World Series games. Still got that ring, though. Mike Lum, thank you, sir, 78 years old. Beautiful. Look at that 73 Topps card, beautifully signed. All right. We are off to a good start. What do we got to us next? Feels a little thick. Could be just our note in there. Santa Clarita, California. Let's see what we got from Santa Clarita, California. Now, what in the world? That's our custom art card. What is this? What in the world? How about that? Look at that. I'll tell you what. We got us. Look at that. That is something else. How about that? I can't believe that. Sally Field, now 77 years old. I sent her this custom art card. Beautiful picture of her when she was Gidget. She sent back this card here. I've never seen one of these. What in the heck? 1968 Screen Gems. Bad landing from when she was the Flying Nun, card number 47. How about that? An authentic vintage trading card she included as an extra? That is fantastic. We don't usually have the celebrities send in extras. How about that? Sometimes a little photograph, but a trading card, a vintage? I've never seen any of these. A Flying Nun 1968 Screen Gems trading card. That is sweet. That's when she, in her Flying Nun costume, and here when she was Gidget, of course, that's what launched her onto fame. Wow, thank you so much, Miss Sally Field, true Hollywood legend, 77 years old, acclaimed actress with a career spanning over 6 decades, still going strong. Of course, she began with Gidget, 1965, and then the Flying Nun here in 1967, then transitioned over into serious film acting. Remember, she won those Academy Awards for Norma Ray and Places in the Heart. She said, remember when she won that Academy Award, said, "You like me, you really like me." She was so happy to win them Academy Awards. She's also, of course, in Steel Magnolias and Forrest Gump. She's also done a lot of TV work not too recently. She was in a show called Brothers and Sisters, Maniac, and the last thing I saw her on was a year or two ago, a AMC series with Jason Segel called Dispatches from Elsewhere. She was good in that too. Still going strong in her late 70s. Sally Field. How about these two beautiful signed cards? The custom card I sent her, beautifully signed. And then she sent her own. She must have her own stack of vintage Flying Nun cards. How about that? Number 47, Bad Landing. Boy, I really appreciate the generosity from Hollywood legend Sally Field. I really like her. I really do. Thank you, Miss Sally Field. How about that? That's an all-time return right there. Beautiful. All right, let me take a little break here. I tell you what, I'm so excited about that Sally Field, but let me spread the news. You know, football season is coming back soon. What are we about? We got exhibition games, I think, start next week. The NFL first week of the regular season, what's that, first Sunday in September? That ain't too far away. Hey, we did a fantasy football league last year. We're going to do it again, our electronic football league. We're going to have 10 teams. I know some of you guys were in the league last year, maybe 3, 4 of you. Our champion, Mike, was in the one of our video watchers here. He was in the league, ended up winning the thing. Beat me by 5 points in that championship game. I'm still a little bitter about that, I'll tell you what. Rigged, that was rigged. No, but that was a lot of fun. We're going to do it again. If you want to sign up, we're going to put a link. It'll be down there in the description field. First come, first serve. There's 9 spots open. We're going to try to have 10 teams this year. We're going to do a draft Sunday, August 25th, but get in now. We'll have some prizes. We'll worry about all that later. But, hey, like I said, click that link there. Probably also, if not too many people sign up, we'll do anybody who has won a prize from me and I've mailed you something, I got your email address, I'll probably send an email invite to you. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how many people try to join. But we got a few weeks. Let's get started early this year. We got 9 spots left to fill. First come, first serve, like I said. The link to the electronic football ESPN Fantasy League going to be down there in the description field, as long as I don't forget to put that in there. But it should be in. I should remember something as important as our fantasy football. All right, let's get on with our TTMs. This one here, what in the world? Somewhere in the cosmos, the that behind all that dropped something in our envelope. We don't know where it's from. No idea who it's from. This is a complete mystery. It could be anything, anybody. Let's see what we got. Oh, boy, I've been waiting quite a while for that. Look at that. Hey, we got us a football legend here. We just talking about football season, and we got us a true football legend, Steve Spurrier. Check out that 1973 Topps card. I tried to get one of his rookie cards from 72. They want a fair penny for those on eBay, so I figured, hey, you know what? I'll just spend $1.50 and get a 73. Good enough. Steve Spurrier, look at that sweet old card. 79 years old. Like I said, football legend, fantastic career. College football quarterback and head coach. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1966 for Florida, where he was an All-American and SEC Player of the Year. Number 3 overall pick in the 1967 draft by the 49ers. Of course, he did not have much success in his 10-year NFL career, mainly a backup. In those 10 years, only 38 career starts. Won 13, lost 24, tied 1, completed 51.9% of his passes for 6,878 yards, 40 touchdowns and 60 interceptions. Then, of course, he got into coaching, and wow, what a coach he has been, huh? Tremendous success at Duke, Florida, South Carolina. Of course, he led Florida to the 1996 national championship. Was coached 2 very good years in the USFL, and then 2 not so good years in the NFL with the Redskins, 12-20 with the Redskins. But that college record, 228 wins and only 89 losses. Besides that national championship in Florida, he also had 3 straight 11-win years at South Carolina. Deservedly a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. How about that football legend, Steve Spurrier? Man, oh man, Sally Field and Steve Spurrier, beautiful. All right, we are rolling into the weekend very well with these returns. So let us remind you, since you're laboring right now for your superiors, you might as well do what we tell you to do too. See that subliminal message being burned right now into your subconscious? I am sure you are going to obey. Thank you for doing what you are supposed to do. All right, we got us some more TTMs coming up. This next one here coming to us, Oakland, California, and look at this. That might be the best address return label I ever seen. Got her own picture on there. Great actress Charlotte Stewart. Look at that beautiful picture. Man, oh man, I'm pretty sure she signed our custom art card. Charlotte Stewart. Do you remember the name? Do you recognize the face? I'm sure you've seen her in something. She was in one of my all-time favorite movies, had a starring role. Wow, we got us an extra too. Check this out. How about that? She signed that beautiful. That is perfect. Look at that custom art card signed by the star of Eraserhead. She played Mary. Check that out. That's her right there. You can see there with her beautiful return thing there. Charlotte Stewart, of course. That's Eraserhead right there. That's the other star of Eraserhead, Jack Nance. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. What a great actor he was. But Charlotte Stewart, she played Mary. That's one of the great movies of all time. David Lynch's masterpiece, Eraserhead, 1977 masterpiece. I don't know what you could call it. Any type of, you could call it a domestic drama, a psychological thriller, a horror film, experimental surrealist film. I mean, it is a little bit of everything. One of the greatest movies ever made, Eraserhead. Mary Stewart, now 83 years old, but you know, a lot of people might know her. She was a TV actress in the 60s with Gunsmoke and Alfred Hitchcock. Some of you folks a little bit older might remember her as Miss Beadle on Little House on the Prairie. That might be where a lot of you remember her from. Of course, David Lynch also used her in the Twin Peaks series too, but great actress. I'll always remember her from Eraserhead, one of the greatest movies ever made. She was fantastic as Mary, kind of the reluctant mother. Let's put it that way. How about that movie? Charlotte Stewart, thank you. And she sent us with her little Miss Beadle stuff on there. Look at that. I guess she sells her own Beadle bags and pillows. If you want some information, if you're a Little House fan, here's all the information. Look at that sweet business card. Thank you for signing that and including that. Really appreciate it. There's all the info. Got a nice email address, a P.O. box address. You can get some of her Beadle bags and pillows if you're one of her Little House on the Prairie fans. How about that? And she got her own address label too for that. Beautiful. Thank you, Charlotte Stewart. Man, that's 3 great returns. Sally Field, Steve Spurrier, and Charlotte Stewart. All right. Beautiful day for returns. Now, this one here, this is a complete mystery to me. It's coming to us from Jackson, Mississippi. And it's the name there, Amy Weeks. I have no idea who Amy Weeks is. I know it's a TTM. It's got my TTM label, my little envelope, and all that. I was racking my brains. Who did I send it to? Mississippi? I don't remember. I certainly never said nothing to nobody named Amy Weeks. Is that somebody's mother, or prospect's mother, or somebody's girlfriend or wife? I have no idea. Or maybe I sent it to a wrong address and Amy Weeks is... So I don't know what it is, but let's just open this up and see what we got from Miss Amy Weeks from Jackson, Mississippi. Let's see what we got. Well, we got us a football card. And it's signed. Wow, about that. Jarius Norwood rookie card. Well, maybe Amy is his wife, or sister, or mother, or girlfriend. Who knows? Landlord, who knows? Cleaning lady, who knows? How about that? Well, thank you, Miss Amy Weeks, for getting this card back. Just look at that beautiful. Look at this beautiful playoff rookie card. It's numbered to 250. How about that 2006 playoff rookie card from Jarius Norwood? Came out beautiful. Look at that. Oh, Jarius, now 41 years old, somehow connected to Amy Weeks. 2006 Mississippi High School Mr. Football. Not 2000, 2001. Mississippi High School Mr. Football. He went to Mississippi State, became the school's all-time leading rusher, currently number 3 all-time, then was the Falcons. 3rd-round pick in 2006. He had 3 good years as their backup running back, averaged over 6 yards per carry his first 2 seasons. But injury started in his 4th season, pretty much ended his career. His last 3 seasons in the NFL, he only had 102 total carries. For his career, he rushed for 2,056 yards, 5.2 yards per carry. Jarius Norwood, somehow connected to Amy Weeks. We thank both of you for this return. And that is a beautiful-looking rookie card, isn't it? Numbered to 250. Jarius Norwood. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Another great return. All right, this one we know we got us an old baseball scrub old-timer, Mr. Howie Bedell. How about that? Howie, 89 years old. Feels like there's something extra in this one. This is more than just a card. Let's see what we got from Howie Bedell, 89-year-old baseball scrub. Appreciate him sending back. There's our note. Let's see our card. Oh, we got an extra from Howie. How about that? And he put him in these little penny things. How about I never put no kind of penny sleeves or card protectors. I just put the card in with the note. Look at the time he took, the trouble, the concern, the care. At 89 years old, this fella understands the relationship between these athletes and the fans. Hey, without the fans, if nobody watched, they wouldn't have had the living they had playing ball. Some of these modern players they really don't get that. They got contempt for the fans. But look at this guy, 89 years old. I send him a card. Not only does he sign it, he puts it back in his own penny sleeve, and then he sends me an extra too. How about that? Look at that. That's his 1961 Topps rookie card I sent him. I tell you, that 61 Topps is one of my favorites. Look at that. We attended Westchester State Teachers College. Look at that. That is sweet. Look at that. And then he sent me this here card. What is this thing? Pro Cards. Look at that. I guess what he was after his playing days, director of player development for the Reds. I didn't know that. Very nice. There's all his accomplishments as an executive. Beautiful. Look at that. Thank you so much, Howie. Gotta love that. Sending them back with the protectors. Beautiful. Like I said, 89 years old, was a spare outfielder, pinch hitter. Played only parts of 2 seasons, one for the Braves, one for the Phillies. Only 145 career at-bats. Hit 193, 0 home runs. He ended up playing 13 years in the minors. One season down in the minors, he had a 43-game hitting streak for Louisville in AAA. He hit 327 that year. How about that? I might have asked him about his minor league ball, because when he hit 193 with no homers, let me see, what did I ask him? Oh yeah, I asked him about when he's playing down there in Boise in the minor leagues. Let's see what he said. I asked him, I said, how did he do down there in Boise? Is that on here? Let's see how he did there in Boise. 1957, he hit 289 with 2 home runs in Boise. So I said, did you like playing in Boise, or was it too much of a hick town? Great place to play. Did you meet any friendly girls there? Oh, plenty. That's what we like to hear. Young man, let's see, how old was he when he was in Boise? How old was he? He was in Boise in 1957. So he was 22 years old, a young man, carefree, playing baseball and meeting a lot of Miss Potatoes out there in Boise. How about that? I says, I hope you're doing well. 88 years old, still can play. How about that? I wonder if he means ball or with the friendly girls. May your days be filled with the great game of baseball. That is one of the best notes we ever got back. I really appreciate that. How about that? He had plenty of girls out there in Boise. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. That young heartbreaker there, Howie Bedell. Thank you, sir. That is greatly appreciated. Look at that. He put him in penny sleeves. Tell you what, the older generation, they know. A lot of this stuff is lost now. Young people don't care about nothing. All right, let's see. Let me take a break here. Gotta get a little sip of my beverage here. It's gonna be a long video. We still got a lot of stuff to do, people. If anybody's still watching, that is. All right, this one here. North Houston, Texas. What have we got from North Houston, Texas for our audience of myself? Oh, we got a Hall of Fame basketball player, Calvin Murphy. Look at that sweet 72-73 Topps card. Man, oh man, Hall of Famer. Remember this guy? Tiny Calvin Murphy. Oh yeah, I think I asked him about this too. He didn't send the note back. I asked him about his baton twirler. Remember that? He was actually a champion baton twirler. Besides, how many Hall of Fame has anybody else in the history of the world been a Hall of Fame basketball player and a champion baton twirler? 76-year-old Calvin Murphy, 3-time All-American at Niagara. He averaged 33.1 points per game in college, had a 68-point game against Syracuse, was a Rockets second-round pick in 1970, played 13 years in the NBA, averaged 17.9 points, 4.4 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. The shortest player in the Hall of Fame at 5'9". Like I said, also a national champion baton twirler. How about that, Calvin Murphy? Thank you, sir. That is a basketball legend to go along with our football legend, Steve Spurrier. And our Hollywood legend, Sally Field. Well, these are some great returns. There we got us another one coming to us from San Francisco. All right, let's see what we got from Frisco. San Francisco. Oh, beautiful. Larry Schreiber, 1974 Topps rookie card. Beautifully signed. That looks fantastic. 77 years old. He played his college ball at Tennessee Tech. Was the 49ers' 10th round pick in 1970. Played running back for 6 years in the NFL, 5 with the 49ers, 1 with the Bears. Was the 49ers' number 1 running back for 2 seasons. Finished his career with 1,749 rushing yards, 3.5 yards per carry, 982 receiving yards, 8.4 yards per catch, 14 total touchdowns. He had 3 1-yard touchdown runs for the 49ers against the Cowboys in the 1972 playoffs. That was a game, unfortunately, the 49ers, that game, memorable game, the 49ers choked away a 28-13 fourth quarter lead, ended up losing 30-28 on a last-minute Roger Staubach TD pass to Ron Sellers. Larry Schreiber had 3 touchdowns in that game. Look at that sweet old rookie card. Larry Schreiber. Larry was a broad jumper. How about that? Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate you signing your rookie card. All right, let's see. Let's take a little break. We got about 3 TTMs left. I'm gonna do our comics. I've been starting up trying to collect some comic number 1s. I got 2 additional ones to talk about. The first one here, I got this on the recommendation of Mr. Jeffrey Kite. He said, keep your eye out. Flash Gordon getting rebooted. There's a new Flash Gordon number 1 coming out. I said, all right, Mr. Kite, all right, I will get me one. Went down to my local comic book store. Do I have the info on that? Where's my local comic book store? Yep, here's my local comic book store. There's a bookmark I got. It's called Vault of Midnight. They got stores in Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Grand Rapids. And you can get stuff on vaultofmidnight.com. There's the business card for Vault of Midnight. All the info if you're in any of these areas or you want to go on the internet and look it up. Picked up Flash Gordon number 1. I'll tell you what, that's a nice cover, isn't it? And I'll tell you, the story starts out, Flash starts right out, he's a prisoner on planet Death. So what happened and how he got there, it wasn't 100% clear. Apparently it's explained, apparently there's a Flash Gordon number 0, which they gave out on Free Comic Book Day. I didn't know this till later, but that explains, I guess, how he ended up on this planet Death, which is like a prison planet. Anyway, Flash is there on this prison planet. He's kind of depressed. He wishes he was dead, I think. Pretty much why I raised. He says, I'm sick of living. But then a new prisoner arrives and tells him that his girlfriend, Dale, is still alive. Remember Dale? And that's all the motivation old Flash needs. He regains his will to live. Of course, he plans to prison escape. Of course, it's successful. It's not like he's just going to die there in prison in episode number 1, the end. But and at the end of this one here, you get a sneak peek at Dale's surprising current status. That's all I'll say. If you're a Flash Gordon fan, you'll want to get this series. It's not bad at all, but nothing you really haven't seen in 1,000 times in 1,000 other comics. I don't believe I'll try to continue the series. I would like to get that Flash Gordon number 0 just to pair it with this one. Like, it's not a terrible story, like I said. They really got to grab me, though, if I'm going to buy another one. For $5.99, you got to give me something I haven't seen. And this is a fairly routine, outer space sci-fi. You know what the Flash Gordon story is, but hey, it's not bad. And if you're a Flash Gordon fan, you'll definitely want to get it and keep going. All right, so I got that one. Then I picked me up one more, and I'll tell you what. This one here, Barfly #1. And I will say, you see one of the creators down there, this fella here. I do not like this fella. Some people know why. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I said, you know what? I'm going to get it anyway. I'll give it a try. I like the cover. It looked like it would have some good artwork. And I'll tell you what. This one here, I think this was $4.99, I do believe. And I'll tell you, this is the best one. I've shown a few of these comics in the last month or so. This is the best one, and I will buy issue #2. Because we got in here a very funny, gritty, grimy story about this down-and-out mutant humanoid fly. Now, the title is Barfly. That's not his name. They call him in the comic his name. I don't think I can say it on YouTube without getting censored, but let's say it's a cruder version of Crap Eater. If you can imagine a cruder version of Crap Eater, that's his name. But anyway, we'll call him Barfly for the review. This story of our mutant humanoid fly, Barfly, he's a chump who works in a fast food joint. He gets abused and insulted by just about everyone he meets because apparently he's had a shady past working for a criminal mastermind called the Entomologist. Old Crap Eater dreams of a better life. Seems like he wants to start a punk rock band. His landlady is one of the interesting little sub-characters, minor characters. She is the ultimate cat lady. So if you get this one, you'll see what I mean. You'll enjoy that. That's his landlady. Like I said, this one hooked me enough. I will get #2 to see what happens. The artwork is outstanding. It's very funny, well written. There are visual gags on just about every page. Like it was not just funny, but it's also kind of grounded in the working class grime and grit that I can relate to. So if you're toiling away at work at some little low wage job, you might identify with Barfly or Crap Eater, as we could call him. You would probably enjoy this one too, if you got a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor and you're easily offended, you might not like this. But I really liked it, and I'm going to get #2 when that comes out, I think in August. So that's been the best buy I've come across so far in my comics. Barfly #1, beautiful, well done. Even though one of the story authors or creators is this guy here. All right. Let's keep going. We got 3 TTMs left. This next one coming to us all the way from Boston, MA. What do we got from Boston, MA? Let's see what we got. Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, we got us a vintage hockey card. Beautiful rookie card signed by old Bobby Carpenter. Look at that. Looks like he just signed a Bob Carpenter. Sometimes he went by Bob Carpenter. When his younger days, he was Bobby Carpenter. Look at this. This is an O-Pee-Chee rookie card. Beautiful. 82-83 O-Pee-Chee. Of course, you know what the O-Pee-Chee, you got it in English and in French. Bobby n'est pas marié, sa dernière équipe amateur, and so on and so forth. Bobby Carpenter, how about that? 61 years old, 82-83 O-Pee-Chee rookie card. The first great American teen hockey player. The first to go straight from American high school hockey to the National Hockey League. number 3 overall pick in 1981 by the Capitals. Man, he had a blazing start to his career, scored 145 goals his first 4 seasons, became the first American to score 50 goals in a season. But then after that, his scoring really decreased the rest of his career, became more of a defensive player. Helped New Jersey win the Stanley Cup in 1995. In his fine 18-year career, 320 career goals. Like I said, he had almost half of those in his first 4 seasons. Bobby Carpenter, thank you. Teen hockey phenom. Appreciate you signing that rookie card. All right, 2 more to go. This next one here coming to us from Albany, New York. Let's see what we got from Albany, New York. That right there. Let's bust this open and see. Oh, we got another hockey rookie card. Check that out. 1990-91 score rookie card signed by old Detroit Red Wing Claude Loisel. How about that? The Red Wings' second-round pick in 1981. He was up and down with the Red Wings for 5 years. He never played more than 48 games. Then he was traded to New Jersey. Later he played for the Islanders, Nordiques, and Maple Leafs in his journeyman 13-year career, scoring 92 career goals. Claude Loisel. How about that? Look at that beautiful old score rookie card. Remember him with the Red Wings? He never quite could stick around. Never quite put it all together. Claude Loisel. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Beautiful. One last TTM. This one here is coming to us. Los Angeles, California. Let's see what our final TTM is, at least for our autograph requests. We got us a note. That's not my note. Oh, wow, what a way to end it. Oh, man, oh, man. This might be my favorite of the day. We had some great ones. How about that? Cheryl Hines, 58 years old. How about that? American actress and comedian renowned for her role as Cheryl David on the iconic HBO series Curb Your Enthusiasm. Of course, she played Larry David's patient and often exasperated wife. Of course, later in the series, they divorced and she hooked up with Ted Danson. But she earned 2 Emmy nominations. Her career spans film and TV with notable roles in RV, Waitress, and Suburgatory. She's also directed films, including Serious Moonlight. Her comedic talent and versatility have established her as a prominent figure in comedy. Of course, as you probably know, she is married to presidential candidate RFK Jr. How about that? Cheryl Hines beautifully signed that custom art card. She sent us a note on her own note paper. Hi, Jeff. Thank you. What does that say? Oh, thank you for watching Curb and my other shows and films. Curb Your Enthusiasm will always be my favorite. I asked her what her favorite was. Cheers, Cheryl Hines. Look at that beautifully signed note. Boy, oh boy, what a way to end it. Man, we had some big timers. Sally Field, Cheryl Hines, Steve Spurrier, Calvin Murphy. Man, oh man, that's some great TTMs. We're not quite done. I got a couple little extras that have come in the mail over the last couple weeks. I think I've showed some of these before. I like to write to the prison inmates. Hey, they're locked away. Society said, we don't want you around us. We're going to lock you away and forget about you. I've done some things in my own life I'm not too proud of, so I can't feel too superior to anybody, so I kind of feel bad for some of these inmates. I try to write a letter every now and then just to say, hey, you ain't forgotten. Most of them nobody's ever heard of, but the ones that people have heard of, I thought, man, I'll just show them on here. You might be curious about them. This first one here, I'm not going to show the letter because there's nothing too interesting in it. This is from Pamela Smart. There's her address if you want to write to her. You might remember her, Nicole Kidman movie. What was the name of that movie? Anyway, the big movie was made about her case starring Nicole Kidman, where she was working in a school. She wasn't a teacher, but it was kind of like I forget, multimedia aid or something or whatever. Anyway, she had unlawful relations with a 14 or 15-year-old boy, and then convinced the boy to kill her husband. So you remember that story? They made a movie out of it. It was a big story and a pretty good movie with Nicole Kidman. But I sent her a letter just say, hey, what have you been up to? You've been there a long time. Are you doing all right? You depressed or what? And she sent me back a nice little note telling us how she got a PhD in Bible studies, and she works at the prison church there. I know a lot of people that kind of roll their eyes when some inmate says they're a Christian now, and people tend to disbelieve it and say they're just trying to curry favor and get a parole. But hey, how do we know that about anybody? Look at our politicians. Trump says he's a Christian. People go along with that anyway. They don't grill him about it. A lot of our so-called self-proclaimed Christians are probably just pretending. even most of the, if you think about it, in the visible Christian church, probably most people are pretending to be Christian. Only Jesus knows who his sheep are. So if she says she's a Christian and studies the Bible, God bless her. So anyway, if you want to write to this lady, there's all the info. Now this next guy here is also, he converted to Christianity, says a Jewish fellow. You remember that name? David Berkowitz, son of Sam. I sent him a letter. I said, you know, you're Jewish and you turned Christian. What do you think about all this craziness going on in Gaza? He sent me a very good letter. He also included this flyer with some tips for compassion. You can read that if you want. Nice little flyer. But he sent me a nice letter. And let's see what he has to say about the troubles in Gaza. All right, let's see what he says here. Yeah, it says, yes, it is a human crisis, intense crisis. As for me, my heart is heavy. I, too, see the suffering firsthand. I have a TV and try to keep up with the news, like the war between Russia and Ukraine. This is a tragedy beyond words. Looking at the footage from the camera crews are covering both wars, the destruction is Armageddon-like. It doesn't seem to have a clear end. As a Jew who believes in Jesus and that Jesus is both my Savior, Lord, and Messiah, it is painful to see these things unfold before my eyes. There's suffering on all sides, and in the case of Israel versus Hamas, the civilian population is suffering tremendously. As a Christian, I can pray, and I do. I have many friends of like faith who are also praying for these conflicts to end. But as we know, you and I have no say over what governments and their militaries decide to do. You and I have no influence over the media, nor of governments that go to war. All we can do is show kindness even to our enemies. We show compassion and try to touch as many lives as possible, one person at a time. I try to be kind to everyone without compromising my beliefs. Wars will run their course. Jesus himself didn't come to change the world. He came to heal broken hearts and show us the love of God. And then, thank you for writing. I hope what I shared gave you some clarity how I feel. You, and then he says, you have, I have, to change hearts and minds, one person at a time. Well, thank you, son of Sam. Very nice. Very nice to get his view on the situation in the Middle East. The son of Sam, now a prison minister, sharing his wisdom on the situation between Israel and Hamas. Thank you, David Berkowitz. God bless you too. I don't say One way or the other. Only Jesus knows. We all got to face that day at some time, and we hope Jesus has selected us, has chosen us to be one of his sheep. Anybody tells you they know for sure that they're one of Jesus' sheep, they must be God themselves, because we can fool our own selves or delude our own selves or miss the mark. Who knows? Like Paul said, not that I have already attained, but I press forward, hoping to attain that calling. So I don't discount anybody. David Berkowitz, Pamela Smart, God bless you. Continue your good work as ambassadors for the Lord Jesus Christ. All right, this might be our longest video of all time. Thank you for watching. God willing, we'll be back again soon with some more. In the meantime, you know what to do. I've been talking about this new book cover. I finally got a copy of myself that has the new cover on it. Type in that author's name there. That's your narrator. That's the book title on the search bar at Amazon.com. This fantastic work, a literary fiction, will pop up. Buy that. If you want to know more about my philosophy about how people struggle with sin in life, and we don't have the merit to really look down on anybody, even the son of Sam. I don't look down on him. I don't put myself over him as being better than him. He's locked away. Let's write to him and say, "Hey, pal, keep up. Anything I can do to help boost your spirits? I ain't better than nobody." So that's kind of what this book is about. Somebody looking at their own life saying, "Man, oh man, I screwed up. What do I do now?" But anyway, if you like reading about that kind of thing, but it goes into graphic detail about the screw-ups, stay away if you're one of these crybabies that thinks Jesus just sprinkles fairy dust on everybody and turns them into Lindsey Graham. That's you. You ain't going to like this book, but if you're kind of a mature in the faith, you might like it. You might not, but whatever. Give it a try and see. Okay, I've been rambling on long enough. Time to wrap this one up and hit the stop button. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we'll be back soon with more, God willing. Until then, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.